One-on-one, McLaughlin against Williams. McLaughlin too far, the rebound down to Cook. Cook, nice pass deep inside on the reverse, it's Powell.
Record up, but might get depression.
Malik Moore had a hot start to the second half. Misses on this finger roll. Big break here for Eastern Washington.
Remember, he went out when they thought that foul was on him. He sat out about the last 6 minutes, probably.
Winkler deep underneath. There is Powell. Sky.
The 2-3, a 3-2, or a matchup. Again, his dad used to be the master of the matchup zone. But Montana's having a hard time attacking him.
Monty Williams has been great on offense. He's also had a great defensive game. Underneath Powell. He just continues to have a terrific night in that paint.
Well, if you continue to let him catch it down there in his house, it's going to be a long last 8 minutes here because he is very, very effective. You let him catch it 5 feet from the basket.
He's 5 for 5 from the field. It's a 1-point game. Powell right to the rack and scores it again.
Mason Williams dribbling it up, the sophomore from O'Day High School in Seattle, Washington. One-on-one, Angelo Winkle. Bit of a mismatch there. Double team, that's Powell. Got it. Tyler Powell with a nice look and a technical foul called on Tyler. Really? Wisney off the heel. Here's Tyler Powell. Powell fighting his way through the bucket.
Field goal of the season. Everything coming up Vandals right now.
Well, when you're 2 feet off the guy and he's catching the ball and he's wide open, and they've already seen it go in early. It's not like they haven't seen it go in. They've been seeing the ball go in.
Lead to 14. Here's Angelo Winkle with it now. Mason Williams drives inside, double team, tries to fight it back towards the middle. Cook to the corner, 3 on the way from Powell. That's good. Eastern needed it, and Tyler Powell.
Linhart out with 4, Mitchell with 3, and then JoJo Anderson, Tyler Morris, and Julius Mims all with 2. Powell, who's...
Yeah, I mean,
what do you say?
Way too much of a gap there, especially when the shot clock's winding down.
Yeah, Myers is not just one of the best passers, he's also a really good shooter.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get a hand in the face and just contest it.
So Eastern has their starters back into the game off the timeout here. Powell drives and converts.
Yeah, get around Minot because he's sealing them, which is giving Myers an easy layup.
Another 3 attempted and the putback by Tyler Powell. Can happen. That's a problem for them because he's really effective rebounding and eating up space down low.
Yeah, it's a big one. And if you're Miller, you got to know, hey, I have 3 fouls. I can't pick up another one.
Powell through traffic finishes. We have a tie game. Both teams' shooting percentage has fallen halfway through the first. Both teams are shooting over 60. Now both teams are under 50.
Yeah, and if you're Eastern Washington, you got to put Minot in those ball screens. Make him guard somebody.
Stockton for Powell. Into traffic. And they let him have that one. The defense just... Williams. Underneath. Doubled. Fouled. No foul. Second chance. Powell. Corner. 3.
Yeah, again, just kind of dribbling the ball out there for Eastern Washington. Not sure what they're in. And if you're Marquardt, you got to set a hard screen for your guards. And if the guards, you got to try to get downhill or create.
Eastern needs a bucket on this possession or else the timeout. Corner, Powell, back in the game. And Eastern a chance to retake the lead on this possession now. McLean working out top. They want the ball in his hands. Williams to the 10. Kicks it to Powell again. Tyler through the paint. And he got it. 5 straight points. Slowed down. How can they get this moving again?
Just keep moving the ball. Don't stand still. Guys step up, slip. That's what you got to continue to do. You can't stand and watch.
Good movement on this possession anyway. Williams for Marquardt. Great interior pass to Powell who finished.
Move that ball and get a good look.
It's back underway. Marquardt to McLean. Guarded by Camposano. Cross-court pass from a distance.
I guess they're going to say inadvertent whistle. I don't know.
So 5 to go. Stockton banked a 3 in earlier. Gets it over to Powell. He'll launch a 3 and hits it at the buzzer. And that will...
3 for Chris Gonzalez. Idaho turning rebounds into points. Second chance opportunity.
Yeah, and exactly. You're right. 5 offensive rebounds right now for the Vandals. Actually make that 6. And they've been able to convert off of those. And anytime there's offensive rebound, you're going to get open 3-point looks.
Powell, speaking of, and he answers. Had a knocked out of bounds, but Eastern save it. Not out of bounds. 3, no. Powell, second try at the hoop, draws the contact and gets it.
Field goal, which was a 3. Kick out pass for the 3, no good too long, but Chudy didn't come out to get it. He boxed out beautifully, but the ball clanked pretty far, and there it is. One on the team from another state in this country, but have 5 players from Canada. 5 players from Canada, 5 players from Australia, a friend of Canada, a Canadian player from England, and a player from South Sudan. Corner 3 on the way, and that one's knocked down. He wears number 6. He's from Sydney, Australia. He's the man guarding the one with the ball. There's McLean against Williams. To the bucket, double clutch. Nice touch pass. Good ball movement to Powell, who's uncovered and scores it again.
Delman. Nice defensive play by Powell. Knocked it loose. Hit the hardwood. And Powell rewarded on the other end.
They're looking to score, looking to get shots up.
Cook to Marquardt. Big man 3 wouldn't go. Powell down low, in trouble. Still
points. They got to make sure they're staying in front and not gambling.
Eastern made some bench moves coming out of that break. Shomba Nagoye checked in alongside Elijah Thomas and Vitsa Zonki. So a pretty big substitution as Powell fires it off the rim. And now Williams. No look pass. Cook. Starting to get a little sloppy out there.
It is. Guys looking for shots, but, they should look for their shots.
Powell loves the ISO and the highlight. Tyler.
He's been struggling a little bit. He's a competitor, man. Good fella, throw it down.
So far, it's been a bounce-back type of day for Osibor, who's been extremely turnover-prone recently. Powell answers for 3. Tyler.
They're trying to get the ball down low and get it to Marquardt.
Nick McLean intercepts the inbound, and Eastern will get aggressive early on.
Yeah, and that was way too easy for McLean there, getting the steal from North Dakota.
Eastern has struggled to get their offense going the last couple of games, mostly because Mason Williams has been hurt, but the team's shooting percentage has also been down. Here's Powell starting in place of Williams, and he connects.
Again, they go inside, get that.
McLean, they really struggled when he was hurt 2 games back. They need Hartman to be in the offense for it to work.
Yeah, Hartman does a little of everything. He can guard the wing, he can guard down low, he can knock shots. So a little bit of everything, kind of that Swiss Army knife.
Powell from 3. He has fun. He's so good at doing it himself.
Yeah, just a quick hesitation, then he just goes right. Again, did a great job using that off arm just to clear a little space and knock it down.
Powell got it on the spin move.
Great job by
long 2, and he hits.
Yeah, a good screen right there. Eagle staff able to finish.
Powell on the other end in response.
Now if you're Eastern, you got to start getting.
I think I put the hex on Mason Matson because I've made a point when he was at Wake Forest last year. He missed 1 free throw all year. He went 30 of 31. As soon as I got that out of my mouth, he missed a couple of games.
5 assists, 3 rebounds.
That'll get it done.
3 no good, but there's McLean. Offensive rebound goes inside to Cook. Spins towards the baseline, double team, passes out of it to Powell. He'll go inside over Williams and good.
Isaiah able to hit.
I mean, that's just textbook zone offense there. 2 passes hit the key.
Tyler Tyler Powell quickly to the other end, caught the Cougs lacking.
A smaller gym. You go into St. Mary's small environment, but very hostile. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Cougs match up in the WCC.
Here's Tyler Powell with it, drives to the lane and scores. Nice basket in traffic there by Powell.
85% from the line. It's a great first half efficient basketball. Allen recovers after he was hunting that steal. Offensive rebound, Zaki out to Cook, who we haven't heard from in a while. We're up to a quick start. Eastern Washington needs to get him going again. Robinson stuck to him like glue. Powell got it to go. Almost forced another turnover there. Williams to Zaki. Gets his own rebound. Powell open straight away.
Second chance opportunity. Talk to coaches around the country. They'll say the same thing. I mean, you have time in the summer, you have time in the fall, but there's nothing like that game experience. We have totally different rosters. It takes time to build that chemistry and rapport.
Especially teams that know they're in a one-bid lead. There's Powell with the bucket and shoot. Eastern Washington just playing this one out. And it's stolen away by Powell. And nicely finished there by Powell.
Staff as we approach the 5-minute mark to go. Stevens cutting, shooting, a little long. Cook the rebound. You know, I was going to say it's surprising how good Andrew Cook looks out there, but we shouldn't be surprised because Carroll's a good basketball school for being NAIA as Powell hits that three.
Away by Schultz, stolen by Smith. Chuck ahead, basket in traffic. Had it knocked away. It was a tough catch with a couple of defenders on him. Powell had his steam down the paint, off the window, and it's up and good.